Hi, my name is Morgan Cooper. I'm a cinematographer and storyteller from Kansas City, Missouri. I'm really excited for you guys to check out my new short film, Room Tone, and stick around after to hear more about the inspiration behind the film.
Sound speed, this is Room Tone. All right, thank you. That's a cut on Room Tone.
That's a wrap, everyone. Great job today.
Lord, the archaeologist.
Hey, you already know. Take care of the kid, take care of the rent.
I'll see you tomorrow, man.
Yes, sir.
Patio, take one, marker. Front lawn, take three, marker.
Sound speed, camera speed.
Camera speed. Garden, take two, marker.
Overplay. Thank you, that's a cut on Room Tone.
Driveway, take one, marker.
And action.
Well, today we find ourselves with a little bit of a not-so-good situation. The driveway doesn't want to cooperate. Seems it's not quite as wide as it needs to be.
Yeah, we really got our work cut out for us. Me and Dad just got off the phone with the contractor. It's a little bit of a setback, but luckily we'll be able to.
Hey, Lloyd, we're gonna grab a quick OCF with Kaleem here in 10, and then we're wrapped. We'll get wide lines first thing tomorrow?
Sounds good.
Thanks.
All right, Kaleem, I'm gonna live you up real quick.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Yeah, no problem. You got anything in that pocket right there?
There we go.
I'm gonna go up under your shirt real
All
quick.
right.
Try not to take no chest hair with me.
Thank you.
That feel all right?
Yeah, that's good.
So how you been, man?
Oh, pretty good. Now, I bowled for the first time in almost 10 years.
Oh, yeah?
Last night. Took the grandkids to the lanes.
There you go. I know you bowled that perfect 300, right?
180. Barely, yeah. But you know, that might have been the most fun I've had bowling. Boy, back in the day, I think bowling was my life. But it was so stressful, man. You know, trying to go pro. Man, I started to hate it. One day, I just stopped. I had forgotten why I started bowling in the first place.
And why is that?
To have fun. It wasn't about money, it was about having fun. You know, maybe talking with the fellas, you know, cracking a brew. Yeah. And it is funny how things come full circle.
Yeah, they always do.
Mm-hmm.
Backyard, take one, marker.
Sound set?
And action.
Now we come to the fun part. We get to set up the backyard. We got some brand new furniture coming in.
Hold for weed eater. All right, sound is up.
And action.
And now we come to the fun part. We get to set up the backyard. We've got some brand new furniture coming in. We're gonna bring it in.
Hold for weed eater.
Everyone back in 20.
Copy that. We just need 20 minutes, man. I think he's done. I haven't heard him for a minute.
All right, everyone, we're back in.
Are they feeding you on that set?
Yeah, not like this, though.
Well, you need to stay away from that junk food. Yeah. I saw it on Facebook, all that candy and pop.
What you doing with Facebook?
I saw it.
Mm-hmm.
So how's everything going?
Everything been going good. I mean, I'm still working on that show, Father Son Flippers, and I just booked a 4-day commercial shoot starting in about a couple weeks, so, I mean, I'm doing good.
Oh, my goodness. I'm not going to see you for another year.
Well, keep cooking like this, you might see me tomorrow.
I'm proud of you, son. I really am. Proud of you. Okay, what else is going on? Something's on your mind?
I just been thinking about playing again.
Oh, playing what, the game box?
No, Mama. Keyboard. Kind of miss it.
Boy.
I know.
You got a good thing going on
Mama,
here.
I know.
And you were miserable. Always on the road. Never having time for your family, your girlfriend. Barely eating. You hit rock bottom because of that piano. It broke my heart seeing you like that.
broke my heart too, Mama. But maybe my heart was in the wrong place. I mean, my identity was in that keyboard, Mama. Wasn't no fallback plan or nothing like that. Sure didn't know I was gonna be a sound mixer working on TV shows making good money.
Then why put yourself through that again?
I want to play again without the pressure of trying to make it as a musician, you know? Mama, it's been 5 years since I sat down at them keys. And I just think I'm ready, you know? I'm ready.
I never thought you'd pick that thing up again. Well, if you say it's just for fun. You know, when you're happy, I'm happy, Lloyd. I'm your #1 fan, and I love you.
I love you too, Mama.
Can I get you anything else, man?
I'm good. Thanks.
action.
So Room Tone is a film about a sound mixer in Kansas City, Missouri named Lloyd. And Lloyd, works on a TV show. He loves his job, but he can't let go of an unfulfilled dream. In Room Tone, I wanted to explore the balance between creativity and passion and also responsibilities. Room Tone was inspired by a guy named Larry, a good friend of mine who I worked on a TV show with. And over the course of the shoot, we became really good friends. He's just a really, really funny, unique guy. And he had all these really cool idiosyncrasies. We work on a home renovation show, and so during certain scenes, it would get really dusty, and so he would take a paintbrush and, brush off his kit. And I was always just like, man, Larry, you can't make this stuff up with this guy, he's just one of those types of guys. And one day, after a scene, Larry was doing Room Tone, where your sound guy basically gets 30 seconds of tone with everybody completely silent. And it's really important to make sure the sound in post sounds really smooth when they make their cuts. It's a must on set. And so he's recording this Room Tone, and everybody's quiet on set when Room Tone's happening. And I had this crazy, really weird, idea that came to me. I was like, yo, I'm gonna write a film about Larry, and it's gonna be called Room Tone. So literally in that 30 seconds, I can't even explain, I wrote the entire film in my head. Every idea that made it to screen happened in that 30 seconds, which has never happened to me before. And so he calls that, I cut on Room Tone, I walk over to him, literally, I walk right over to him, I said, hey, just to let you know, I wrote a film about you, and I'm gonna shoot it next month. And he was like, yo, whatever, man, shut up, Cooper. Nah, yeah, I can do that. And I did, that day after we wrapped, I went to a coffee shop and I wrote it down, I got it down, and I sent it to a few friends who helped me fine-tune some things. But yeah, that day I came up with the story and we shot it next month. I wanted to tell an honest story here. If you look at Larry and you look at Lloyd, they're really one and the same.
Maybe my heart was in the wrong place. My identity was in that keyboard, mama. Wasn't no fallback plan or nothing like that. Sure didn't know I was gonna be a sound mixer working on TV shows making good money.
I really relate with this character when I saw the film. It's kind of like what I go through. Only I was working at P.F. Chang's and wasn't cool enough to have his job.
So Eddie was really the wind beneath my wings when it came to this film, and he was kind enough to allow me to use his music in the film. Couldn't think of a better artist to collaborate than Eddie.
Play a lot of everything. I guess through jazz, I play a lot of American music, from reggae, soul, hip hop, R&B, and neo soul. And it worked out that some of the songs that he picked, we recorded at Green Lady on our live album there. It's pretty raw and unedited. There's no overdubs. It's just from that night, which is our last night there. I thought the music was very important and an integral part to the film. I didn't really get to hear how it was put together until I saw the first edit, and then I came in and I added some solo piano stuff that you hear when he's eating dinner with his family and stuff like that.
It's been 5 years since I sat down at them keys, and I just think I'm ready, I'm ready.
And so coming at that part of it was interesting because I had to be in the moment, having to see a set or some action going on and then color the moment. You really have to be careful with how each chord or the harmony sounds. You're focused on melody and color and the relationship between what music really does, to a human. What are we really doing, and how does emotionally? At the end of the day, I'm improvising that. We take a couple runs at it, but every time I'm improvising it, or Coop would give a little bit of direction, so then I just take that idea that I had and I kind of shave it down to something that more fits. It's great. It's a different way of improvising. That's jazz. That's what that word means. You can't really define it, but that's what it is. It's the art of improvisation. When I saw the first edit, I was in awe for a few seconds, just because I've heard that catalog and I wrote that, but the way that Morgan used it and put it in the film, and the way you hear in the story, you hear it differently when he closes the door and the music goes back Like the first song, I was like, oh man, I didn't even like realize that was us for a couple of seconds. It just sounded great, but I was like, it didn't hit me. So when you don't recognize your own sound, like I think that's like really cool.
Yeah, this is a really important scene where our protagonist, Lloyd, is seeing an old friend, so to speak, and so we've got to capture that in a couple different time periods throughout this piece, and I'm excited to see it in context for the rest of the film, but I think it's gonna be good. So, got my A-team on it.
Hey, you're Morgan Cooper, right? Can I get your autograph?
I think it's important, you know, I'm not a writer, I'm not a director, I'm a cinematographer. At the same time, though, I'm a storyteller. And I think it's really important for people in my space to not be afraid to step outside the box if an idea comes to you, you know. And so it was a great opportunity to sit in both seats. My goal as a creative isn't just to paint pretty pictures. It's to, you know, through my platform, through my abilities and gifts, to celebrate my culture, to celebrate my community. And so it was really important for me to highlight the Black talent that we have in the city, both in front of the camera and behind the camera. The story of making it and the people I made this film with is just as exciting as the story that we shared on screen. And that's a really powerful thing to me, and I think is something that hopefully can lead to more stories of my community being told at a high level. There's so much talent in this city that I feel is vastly overlooked. We're not considered a really hot market for narrative work. And so it was really important for me to work with an all Kansas City crew. You know, at the end of the day, this is home.
Watch yourselves.
You know, watching them work was just really, really amazing, and true pros at every level. Yeah, great experience all around. You had Harvey Williams, who's a theater veteran, and then, you know, Frank Oakley, who completely just carried this project on his back. We just really, really inspire each other with our conversations, and when you've got a Johnny Stark, you know, as your first AD, you know, the bar is raised. When you've got an Ian Trimble as your gaffer, the bar is raised, you know, and so those guys really allowed me to maintain the bandwidth to work with my actors in the way I'd like to. I think it's really important to create with purpose, because in my space, it's a very white-dominated space. You know, I work in the commercial space, and so, you know, when I'm shooting these commercials, usually the agencies I work with are mostly white. The directors that hire me are mostly white. The people who are writing copy are mostly white. And so when people see me, I think oftentimes there's a bit of surprise. You know, a young Black cinematographer who's working at this level. You know, I don't want that to be the case 20 years from now. When I look back on my career, you know, kind of the industry, how it is and how it's shaped is very much a reflection of society. You know, people who are in this field are usually people who are more well-off, who had opportunities growing up, you know, who were able to afford film school and, you know, be alumnus at these you know, USCs or UCLAs. And so you don't see a lot of, especially below the line, you know, everybody who isn't, you know, a producer, writer, director, and so they're the day players on set. And that was also really important to me with this film, is to showcase the below the line Black technicians in our space. You know, sharing Lloyd's story as a Black sound mixer was really important to me, to celebrate the Black technicians in our industry. And so, yeah, it means everything to me to give back and to show that we're out here. And once again, really walk the walk when it comes to the stories I'm telling and, you know, the people I'm working with.
Good, man. Last day.
Yeah?
Ready to wrap it all up, man.
So worth it?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. And I learned a few things on sound, so maybe, you know, this acting don't work out. Got another side hustle.
With Black films, Black stories, oftentimes these characters are dreamt up people of what, you know, this writer thinks Black people are like. And I just wanted to tell an honest story and show that, hey, we're normal Black people. We have normal stories. I'm not, you know, it's not about embellishment. It's not about this or that. It's just there are so many hardworking Black people that just show up and just want to do a good job every day. That's it, you know? And so it was really important for me to tell and show the normalcy of my community. That's how culture changes. That's how culture and society shifts, is when people see these stories that are honest and sincere. It can maybe change somebody's thoughts of what they might think of somebody of color and you know, what the Black creatives in the city have to offer, and, you know, to show that we're out here. I want to inspire Black creatives to take it a step further with their art, to not be afraid to tell our stories. You know, I think of my nephew, you know, I think of my cousins, I think of all these people who, you know, they look at me, they look up to me, and what do they see? You know, I want them to know that, hey, you can tell your story. You know, you can wake up and be whoever you want to be. You don't have to just be what the society, you know, that we live in thinks you should be. I hope anyone who watches this film is inspired, maybe inspired to pick up an old passion that they had in the back of their closet, you know, something that they thought they weren't good enough to pursue. You know, that's really my hope with this film, is just to inspire people